are general information and not intended for medical advice. Please consult with your physician or healthcare provider for any questions or concerns. Hi, guys, and welcome to Wholesome Together. I'm your host, Tamar, and I have Donna here on the other line as we discuss women's health today. Hi, Donna.
Hey, my love, I'm so excited. I definitely wasn't feeling in my elements, and I can't wait to hear all about women's health.
Okay, so I'm having a little trouble hearing you, but we'll do our best. So first I wanted to start and talk about a really fun first topic to bring up, which is menstruation. We all go through it. It's all a natural process. And I find that a lot of women complain about intense, heavy periods, emotional instability, or hormonal imbalances. And they're often given birth control pills to basically control the symptoms. We're not really treating the cause, but we're treating the symptom. And these supplements have a lot of side effects on the body. They're just a quick fix. And even IUIs, IUDs, they are copper, plastic, whatever they are, they're also not good for our bodies. They affect the way our bodies communicate with our brain, and they disrupt our hormonal communication to our body, both emotionally and physically. So there's a list of side effects that these birth control methods cause. They cause cervical cancer. There's an increased risk of heart attack and stroke, which happens to be the leading cause of death for women. You can't help but wonder if there's a correlation between the two. They cause migraines, high blood pressure, gallbladder disease, infertility, benign liver tumors, decreased bone density, and yeast overgrowth and infection, which is also really dangerous for our overall health. And they destroy our good bacteria in our intestines. So, and they also cause an increased risk of blood clotting. So, you want to try to get off the birth control pills because it is really just disrupting our hormones and masking whatever issue we might be going through, acne or period cramps. You want to get to the root cause of what is causing it.
I never tried birth control ever in my life.
That's amazing.
And now I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, thank God you didn't, because so many people are on it, and you actually have to prepare your body when you get off of it and detox to get to a normal place where your hormones can actually balance themselves by themselves. So it's great that you didn't. A lot of times
I heard it could also hurt your fertility. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. You can. It causes infertility. It does.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And, sometimes someone may have a lot of cramps, and they're right away, the doctors want to prescribe you a birth control pill to, fix the symptom. That's only fixed for a slow amount of time until it can't be controlled anymore by this synthetic hormone. I think Donna got a little stuck. Anyways.
I'm here. I can hear you.
There.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm off of the Instagram, but I'm here in the live that we have.
Okay, so for all of you on Instagram, Donna's not on anymore. It might sound a little weird. I'm kind of giving information and talking to someone that you guys don't hear, but I'll try to make it as good as I can.
We'll try to make it clear. So far, I feel like I don't know a lot in the subject. So whatever, you're telling me, I promise you that's kind of new information to my ears. I have not really educated myself. So I definitely want to give you the ability to educate all of us women.
Okay.
And men. Yeah. In case, our men are, concerned about us. It'd be nice for them
Yeah,
to know.
that's true. Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to go on and talk about period pain and cramping, and it can be linked to a list of underlying conditions. It could be fibroids, a low thyroid, it could be endometriosis, it could be reproductive infections, ovarian cysts, imbalanced hormones. So you want to figure out the root cause of it. A lot of people, when they do have bad cramps or have any kind of pain, we right away reach for Tylenol or Advil to
Yes.
mask those symptoms as well. That is not a recommended medicine to take, as they do cause toxicity in your liver. They mess with your gut. They expose unborn children to ADHD and autism. And, when you're pregnant, they will tell you Tylenol is safe. So you want to be well aware that, these medications are endocrine disrupting and they cause asthma, amongst other issues. Ibuprofen also screws up.
Wow, I did not know
the
any of it.
sperm. Yeah. So, you want to try to get to the root cause, figure out what is causing these things, and adjust it with a holistic approach. Brassica vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, cauliflower, they all contain carbon-3 inositol, which regulates estrogen and it eases bloating and discomfort. So those vegetables are going to be really beneficial when you have period cramps or you're bloated and it's just that time of the month. So you want to eat up on those. Passion flower is really good for alleviating cramps. So you want to add some passion flower, omega-3. You could take a fish source or you can do a algae source. I always think the plant source is just as good, because the fish oil that we take that have omegas, they are getting them from the algae that they eat. So it's just as good, in my opinion, if not better. It's
What about
inflammatory.
krill oil?
Krill oil is good too. For the inflammation for omega-3s, you want to do EPA and DHA. Those are the oils that you want to really add to for the inflammation. Krill oil is really good too, but we'll stick with the EPA and DHA is what we want on this one. It could contain krill oil in it. And then there's ginger, which is anti-inflammatory, magnesium, which relaxes muscles, pumpkin seed, cacao, and almonds. Those all contain magnesium in them. You could also do a supplement. You could take an Epsom salt bath. That helps with the cramps. Zinc is good for menstrual cramps, as well as vitamin D. Most people that suffer from PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and fertility, are deficient in vitamin D and calcium as well.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of calcium supplements, as they cause calcification, unless you are taking pearl calcium. Pearl calcium is the one calcium that you do take if you needed that added calcium. B12 and folate help with the cramping as well, since they synthesize new blood cells and we are losing blood. So that is helpful. Chamomile helps with spasms in the uterus. So that is also really beneficial to cramping. There's a Chinese herb and it's called dong quai. Dong quai helps with menstrual disorders, cramps, PMS, and absence of period, as well as wild yam. So you could make a smoothie with those added herbs and just eat up on broccoli and Brussels sprouts and kale and cauliflower, since those are really beneficial in bloating and discomfort. You want to avoid...
That's amazing. They never tell you that, they always tell you just take an Advil, just take Tylenol. It's like the first advice you get when you get your period and you're cramping is like, oh, just get a Tylenol or just get an Advil and you're good. I
Exactly. And I
wish
hear it all the time.
this was,
Someone will say, I'm on my period. Oh, take Tylenol. But, there's side effects. Even if they're over the counter, it doesn't mean that there's no side effects and that they're not, and that they're safe. So, you want to avoid inflammatory foods, gluten, dairy, processed and refined sugars, and carbs. As with any inflammatory response that we're having to our body, we want to avoid all those things. If you
yes.
have to do caffeine, or alcohol and caffeine are obviously not great for any kind of inflammation. So you want to try to not do any of those. If you have to do caffeine in the morning, green tea is definitely a better choice than coffee, which I know Donna's working on switching to matcha.
Working on it, yes. I'm trying, I give myself a little bit of green tea during the day. And I pushed my coffee intake 2 hours after I wake up.
Oh,
So
that's
when I wake
good.
up, I try to drink water first thing, and I only start drinking my coffee around 9:30, 10 to give
Okay,
me that
that's
extra
good.
waking boost. And it's been proven, it's helped me a lot. And this week I actually gave up coffee, like 2 days of the week I try to give up coffee and replace it
Great.
with a smoothie or with, and then I drink my coffee really clean. I drink it with almond milk
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and I try to drink it like without too much, like just pure almond milk and water. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard to give up coffee, and it's like kind of when you go through your period, you're looking for the comfort food or like the drinks or something to
Yeah.
kind of alleviate the pain in a sense. So I'll definitely keep it in mind though that I during
Yeah.
the
I mean, if
period I
you
should
have
actually
to,
stay away.
yeah, if you absolutely can't live without coffee, I would just try to keep it to 1 cup a day and not be drinking it throughout
Yes.
the day. Because, that can
Yes.
exhaust our adrenal glands, and it's also not sustained energy. So you kind of get a really high and then a crash, where matcha is actually going to give you a
Exactly.
more sustained caffeine boost, even
That's
though
why I
it's a
was
lot
trying to
lower.
push it. A lot of people can't wake up, so they drink coffee to wake up. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to train myself to wake up without the coffee. So I'm not dependent on it, you know?
Yeah, it's better to,
Um,
even if you're not getting a lot of sleep, it's more about the quality of sleep that you're getting and to feed your body the
yes.
nutrients it needs for the real energy rather than the energy of coffee. Um, I wanted to go into talk about uh, let's see, let's skip and talk. I wanted to talk about tampons. So tampons and
Oh my
pads
God.
I know, I'm sorry if you're a guy watching this, it's not really your show
No,
today.
that's a great conversation. I actually have a question after you're done because there are
Sure.
currently a lot of new versions of these type of, you know, how do we call them? Like observant things that we have to use during the period.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So tampons and pads are made from cotton. Cotton is not one of, it is the most sprayed it's the most sprayed thing that we can consume or put on our bodies or next to our bodies. It has the most toxins in it. Um, Cotton contains formaldehyde, polyphenol, propylene glycol. These words are so hard to pronounce. Polyethylene. That's the one I was having a problem saying. These are
Oh wow.
highly, highly toxic chemicals that are proven to cause cancer, and we are putting them in our vaginal walls that are absorbing the chemicals. So you want to be really, really, and the FDA approves this, by the way, you guys. So when people tell me, "Oh, it's FDA approved," I don't feel that confident and secure in that, knowing that. So they approve this. And so you want to be sure that you're not buying conventional brands, and you want to buy organic brands. There's a couple of them. There's Cora. There's seventh generation. They have tampons and pads. These are organic, so you know that they're not containing a bunch of chemicals in them. And there's something called the Diva cup. I think it's made of silicone, and it's a cup that you insert, and I think you change it. It can like hold up for up to 12 days, and it's reusable. And so you're also, being very sustainable for the earth. So those are other options. And then, as far as not using birth control, obviously you can use apps to track your fertile days. So in case you're not wanting to conceive, you avoid those days that you are ovulating, or you use a non-toxic condom, because condoms are also very toxic. So there's Sustain Natural, there's Glide, and Livability. Those are 3 brands that are non-toxic. So yeah, there's a lot of areas. It's interesting, and a lot of people don't know this. You just trust and go in the store and just, I'll grab this one, and you have no idea that you're actually harming your body.
Actually, want to add one thing, that there is a new invention where they install something for women inside, and that's pretty much your tampon for the week. It's just this thing that absorbs it throughout the days, and then you can clean it as much as you want, but it's pretty much installed inside of you. I don't have the name just yet. We can probably bring it next week. But do you have any thoughts on it, instead of just
it's something that the doctor puts in, or something that you do by yourself? Like a cup?
I think it's something that anyone can do. Yeah, like a cup. Exactly.
Yeah, the cup is good. That's kind of like what I just mentioned, the Diva cup. It's like a cup that you put in, and I think you can leave it in for like up to 10 to 12 days or something like that. I don't know who has their period that long, but that's how long it could be in there. And then you wash it and you reuse it. So,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very sustainable as well.
So it's very sustainable. That's right. And now I wanted to cover, as we're kind of moving down more on women's health, I wanted to discuss mammograms. So as we approach, I don't know if it's 35 or 40, the doctor will start to tell you that you have to get a mammogram to, test for breast cancer. So mammograms are actually radiation. So they're testing for one cancer, and they are exposing you to other cancers at the same time, which, if that's the only option we have, then okay, that's fine. But there's another option that nobody talks about, and it's called thermography. Thermography is an infrared imaging that is taken by the temperature of your body. So, they take images of your body, and it'll show which areas of your body are warm and which ones are cold by the color of the image. It's a 3D image. And it'll show if there's any abnormalities or any inflammation, and then they can go ahead and detect it further with a blood test. They can detect your thyroid looks, abnormal. They can detect all kinds of things. And then you go further and do more tests. And this is without radiation. So I highly recommend.
Why don't they advertise this procedure?
They don't advertise it because they probably don't offer it, since this is more of a holistic approach, and they wouldn't be making money if they sent people to get these images rather than mammograms, where they're making all their money from. This is all a business. So that's why I'm here to share and spread awareness and spread whatever I learn for the benefit of your health. So you can find any holistic practitioner, chiropractic care, and not any, but some of them will offer thermography, and it is highly, highly effective. I want to say it's like 90%, 97% accuracy in finding, breast cancer. And like I said, it also detects any other abnormalities and inflammation in your body.
That's amazing.
And that being said, I want to move a little further down. As we get older, our hormones also naturally will decline, as well as bone density will decline. And most of us do not need artificial hormone therapy replacement. And as you get older and you're premenopausal, your doctor will also, they want to just prescribe you these hormones like it's like the fountain of youth. Like you're going to just look so young and feel so young if you take these hormone replacements. And unless you have like intolerable hot flashes or whatever symptoms you may have of menopause that you just cannot tolerate, you should only be on this hormone therapy for short-term use, like no longer than 1 year. Same with like preconditions. If you have osteopenia, it does not mean that you are going to have osteoporosis. So there's something called a FRAX score, and you want to know your FRAX score before you get put on medication for osteoporosis, because the medicine that they give you for osteoporosis causes a risk of fractures in other bones, oddly enough. And this is like, they're trying to make your bones stronger, but it doesn't create normal bones. So some herbs that could really help with hot flashes are black cohosh. That's probably the number one herb that I would supplement. It's supposed to be really effective in treating them.
Do you know where we can get something like that? Is it something you can buy at the supermarket?
You could buy black cohosh at Whole Foods. I've seen it there. I've never used it yet, but when I need it, I will. But I've definitely seen it there. It's probably, I would say, $10 to $15. And somebody that I love Erewhon, Whole Foods is great. They carry it there. So you could definitely try that. Wild yam is also really good for estrogen therapy. Dandelion root removes excess hormones. So you want to, I put dandelion root is really good for detoxification too. I throw it in my smoothie. You can make a little salad. You can have a tea. There's powdered form. There's so many ways. You could just take capsules if you wanted. And burdock root is also really good at assisting in menopausal symptoms. Reishi mushroom, which you guys know, mushrooms are my absolute favorite. They're so beneficial, and reishi helps with hot flashes and hormonal imbalances. Cordyceps, great for energy. It also helps osteoporosis. So if you're, someone suffering from the precondition, you could supplement cordyceps. It also increases testosterone, and it's great for post-pregnancy and breastfeeding also, cordyceps.
Oh, wow.
And nettles, which I usually drink a nettles tea. Nettles is also really good for trying to conceive, and nettles and horsetail is really, really good for bone density. So rather than getting on the hormone therapy, try to supplement with these. I know it's a lot of information, but once we post, I will write things down and you guys will have it there. I'll also add these supplements to my Amazon store. So if you're interested in supplementing, they will be there.
And I gotta say that Amazon Fresh gets there within as soon as 1 to 2 hours. So it's so easy. You don't even have to get out of the house. You can just order it on Amazon and it'll be delivered to you.
Exactly.
And that's amazing. That's any way we have to consume food. daily.
Yeah.
So
So
we
that's
might
the
as well
thing.
consume the foods.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
consume the
to
foods that
consume the
help
things
us.
that are
That
making us healthy.
exactly. So more than supplements, because you could take all the supplements in the world, but if you're eating poorly, you're still not doing yourself well. So some foods that help with hormonal imbalances are beets. Beets are an estrogen detoxifier. So they drive out excess
Wow.
estrogen through your liver. They detoxify. They are super
You know, I
powerful.
have to say, I eat beet salad once a week, and I
That's
give you
great.
that.
That's
I don't need
amazing.
anything. Like my body can handle periods no problem, and maybe it's because of the beets. I don't know,
It's also
but I
probably because you
love
never
beets.
took birth control pills and you haven't
Yes.
disrupted your hormonal cycle, you know? Um,
Yeah,
cabbage
I believe in the
also,
natural, holistic approach.
that's great. That's the best. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to believe in. That's why I'm here.
Amazing.
Cabbage drives out
So
16
exciting.
hydroxyestrone, which causes breast cancer. It's a breast cancer causing agent. Cruciferous vegetables teach the body how to drive out plastic. So plastic is also a hormone disruptor. So you want to add cruciferous vegetables to your diet, which is your cabbage, your cauliflower, broccoli, bok choy, Brussels sprouts, kale, turnips. All of those are going to teach your body to drive out that plastic. And you want to try to not use plastic, you guys. Use anything but plastic. Um,
I have to say
Flaxseed.
that I started eating broccoli daily,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so easy. I toss it into my eggs in the morning or whatever, and it's changed my life drastically. Like I
Yeah,
couldn't
and
even,
even more
you know.
than broccoli sprouts, which you can throw on a smoothie, you can throw on a salad, on a avocado toast. They are extremely, extremely powerful. They're power packed with nutrients, even more than broccoli. So definitely add those. They're really good for preventing cancer, and you absolutely want to add those. And flax seeds are phytoestrogens, so those are also going to help with hot flashes. So if you're someone suffering from hot flashes, throw some flax seeds in your smoothie. Flax oil is great. Um, and then there
I use it
is
in my bread, and I love the taste of it. It's so good.
the
Flax seeds.
flax oil or flax seeds.
Flax seeds. I add it to my bread, and it's
Oh,
really, really
oh, you
good.
make your bread. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I add them in my
I bake it
smoothie.
from scratch.
Oh yeah, you bake
I
your
know.
bread.
I bake a gluten-free, dairy-free, like sugar-free bread, artesian bread, and I use the flaxseed and the almond flour, and it's amazing. It's the
Amazing.
best.
Yeah, I also throw them in once I have all my recipes complete. You guys will have access to them on my website, but I make a waffle for my daughter, and I throw flax seeds in there and chia seeds, and at least she's getting some superfoods in there. I blend them in there, so you can't really even taste them. Avocados are amazing for hormonal balancing, and they reduce excess estrogen as well. So whether you're trying to conceive or you're just balancing hormones, you have thyroid issues, or you're going through menopause, you want to add avocados. Those are really good at balancing hormones. And as far as thyroid, if you're hypo or hyperthyroid, you want to really know which one you are, because the diets are going to be different for the two. So now I want to talk about aromatase inhibitors, which is a drug that's given for treating breast cancer and estrogen conversion while supplementing testosterone. Aromatase inhibitors stop production of estrogen and they hold on to progesterone. And some natural aromatase inhibitors would be oleuropein, which is olive oil and olives. It's found in olive oil and olives. Resveratrol, which is everybody's favorite polyphenol. It's in red wine and it's in chocolate. and it's in mulberries, raspberries, blueberries, grape skins, and actually peanuts when they're boiled, even more so. So those are really good at holding on to the progesterone and stopping the production of the excess estrogen. So also really good for menopausal women. Passion flower. Passion flower is really good for menopause and mood alterations. Valerian root is great for osteoporosis. Chamomile for estrogen relaxes the body and balances the ratio of estrogen and progesterone and treats hot flashes. So chamomile is a great one. You guys probably have that in your cabinets. So having a hot flash, drink some chamomile tea. What else? Let's see. The excess estrogen causes weight gain, tiredness, breast tenderness, insomnia, and we're going to wrap up this show, but I would love to continue on to fertility, thyroid.
It was amazing.
PCOS. Well, we can talk about it on another show, but I hope that I gave a lot of information for you guys to know.
This was a lot of information. I think an amazing information. We can never exhaust the amount of information that's out there. It was a lot of information, and I think that I am definitely on the road to a better, health for myself, and hopefully, I will give all these tips to my mom. She speaks Hebrew, but everything you spoke about, I feel like we relate to. No matter what age, like if you're young, if you're going through menopause, like as we age, our health is in a different place, and it's important to kind of make sure to do all the right things to keep it always in a good place and in check. And thank you so much. I think this information is really inspiring, and I'm definitely ready to change my normal ways of treating certain problems that were related to my health. So thank you.
That's great. And I hope I gave you guys some great advice out there. Like I said, I know it was a lot, so I will definitely post it in my comments below. And I will.
And the good thing is it's saved, so whoever needs like a little bit of time to review this, it's always in our YouTube and our Instagram and our social media. So it's always.
That's right, you guys. You can tune in to TLA Radio's YouTube, my YouTube channel, as well as my live, which you don't see Donna in, but you have all this information, and you can go onto my Amazon store, which I will link, and find those supplements there as well. And I hope to see you guys next week with some more great information to inspire and empower you.
Can't wait, my love. Take care.
Thanks, Donna. Thanks for being here on the phone since you couldn't be here in person. And we will see everyone next week. Bye.